At 94 years old, Helen Foster walks up 2 flights of stairs without using the handrail. She drives herself to the local library 3 times a week, where she volunteers. Her doctor, who is 44 years younger, has higher blood pressure than she does. But here's the surprising part. Just 9 years ago, Helen used a walker, took 12 different pills daily, and couldn't even open a jar of pickles. What helped her go from weak to strong? It wasn't fancy treatments or tough workout plans. It was 5 easy morning habits that most people don't know about. These aren't the usual health tips. They're old traditions Helen learned by studying people who live past 100. The change in her health was so amazing, even her doctor was shocked. Helen had spent 35 years as a teacher, helping kids learn, and had a happy life with her husband Frank. But when Frank passed away at age 82, Helen's world fell apart. She felt very sad and lost. She stopped cooking, gained 35 pounds, got type 2 diabetes and arthritis, and even small tasks became painful. By 85, she was on 12 medications, used a walker, and felt like a burden to her grown children. Everything changed the day she couldn't open a jar of pasta sauce. She had to call her neighbor for help, and it made her feel embarrassed and hopeless. That night, Helen made a choice that would change her life. She started reading about how older people around the world stay healthy and active. What she found shocked her and amazed everyone else as she turned her life around. Her A1C went from 8.2 to 5.9. She lost 35 pounds, stopped taking 8 of her medications, and got rid of her walker. So now, tell me in the comments, what's the biggest health challenge you face after turning 60? Because the same 5 habits that helped Helen might help you too. And don't worry, these tips aren't about strict diets or hard workouts. Morning habit number 1, the sunrise ritual. Helen's first habit sounds super simple, but science shows it really works. Every day at 6 o'clock in the morning, she sits by the east-facing window in her kitchen for 15 minutes. No sunglasses, no reading glasses, just her eyes soaking up the natural morning light while she slowly drinks 16 ounces of room-temperature water. Here's why it matters. When your eyes get morning light, it signals your brain's main clock to wake up your body the right way. It helps you make cortisol at the right time and stop melatonin, the sleep hormone. This is especially helpful for seniors, since our body clocks don't work as well as we get older. Helen used to wake up 4 or 5 times every night, felt tired all morning, and had to nap in the afternoon. She took sleeping pills and drank 4 cups of coffee a day just to function. But after 6 weeks of this morning light habit, she started sleeping 7 hours straight and felt energized in the morning. Her doctor was so surprised that he stopped her sleeping pills. But here's the important part. The light has to go straight into your eyes. Don't wear glasses, and don't sit behind thick windows. And it needs to happen within 1 hour of waking. If your home doesn't face east, go outside for 10 minutes or buy a bright light lamp, 10,000 lux. If it's hard to move around, just sit where sunlight hits your face, even on cloudy days. Natural light is still stronger than any indoor light. Morning habit number 2, gratitude and memory time. After her sunlight routine, Helen does a short but powerful activity. She mixes gratitude with memory work, and it's made for older brains. She grabs a notebook and writes down 3 things she's thankful for. But she adds something special. For each item, she remembers a full moment with all the details. For example, instead of writing, "I'm thankful for my family," she writes, "I'm thankful for the sound of my grandson Leo's laugh when he found the hidden drawer in my jewelry box. I still hear his giggle and see how his eyes sparkled." This isn't just about feeling good. It's backed by brain science. Dr. Rick Hanson's research shows that remembering happy events with details helps rewire your brain to notice more joy every day. For seniors who feel lonely or down, this can be life-changing. Helen says she started this habit when she felt her worst. "I felt invisible, like I didn't matter anymore," she remembers. Some days, I could barely write one thing. But after 3 weeks, I started noticing little joys again. She began seeing happiness in small things. The mailman's smile, the warmth of her morning tea, the birds outside her window. The memory part is just as important. As we age, we often worry about forgetting things. But when we recall details, like smells, sounds, or feelings, it builds new brain connections and strengthens old ones. Helen found that she started remembering more, like neighbors' names, where she put her glasses, or what someone said in a chat. She also felt happier right away. Writing these notes made her feel more connected to her life. If writing is hard for you, speak your gratitudes out loud, or use a phone app with voice to text. Just make sure to include the sights, smells, or sounds in each memory. What's one memory that always makes you smile? Share it in the comments. You've just taken the first step toward better brain health. And now, here's where it gets really interesting. Habit number 3 is something 90% of people do wrong every single morning. And it could be the reason your energy is low all day. Morning habit number 3. Warm water first. Here's the mistake that used to drain Helen's energy every single morning. And it might be draining yours too. Like many people, she would walk straight to the kitchen and grab a cup of coffee first thing. But that simple habit was secretly making her body feel worse in ways she didn't realize. Then Helen changed her routine completely. Before drinking coffee or eating anything, she now drinks 16 ounces of warm water with a pinch of pink salt and some fresh lemon juice. Why does this matter so much, especially for older adults? After 6 to 8 hours of sleep, your body is very dry inside. Your blood gets thicker, your joints become stiff, and your brain doesn't work as well because it needs water. When you add caffeine to a dry system, it pushes your body even harder, raising stress and swelling in your body. Helen learned about this trick from older people in Okinawa, Japan, where people often live past 100. They've had a morning water habit for hundreds of years. Just 2 weeks after trying this, Helen saw big changes. Her arthritis pain got much better. The stiffness in her joints, which used to last hours, now went away within minutes after waking. The warm water helps get the blood moving. The salt gives your body important minerals, and the lemon helps with digestion and gives you vitamin C. But Helen had one big worry at first. She thought she'd be running to the bathroom all morning. I was nervous, she says, but the opposite happened. My body started using the water better instead of just flushing it out. Here's what helped. Warm or room temperature water works better than cold water because your body absorbs it faster. Waiting 30 minutes before drinking coffee lets your body fully take in the water before the coffee starts drying you out again. Helen makes her special water drink the night before. She pours it into a glass pitcher and adds a little ice, so by morning it's at the right temperature. When she sees that pitcher, she knows it's time to drink her water before anything else. What's the first thing you drink each morning? Is it coffee? Tea? Tell us below. You might be surprised at how much this one little change could help your energy levels. But habit number 4 changed Helen's life even more. It only takes 2 minutes, but most people don't do it. Yet it can help prevent dangerous falls. Morning habit number 4. Gentle wake-up moves before Helen even gets out of bed. She does a soft 10-minute routine that wakes up her body from the inside out. This is not exercise. It's getting her body ready for the day. Helen learned this from people who live a long time and from therapists who help older adults avoid falling. At my age, falling isn't just scary. It can change your life forever, Helen says. Stiffness makes falling more likely. Here's her gentle routine. Ankle circles, 10 in each direction per foot. This helps blood flow and wakes up your body's balance system. Knee to chest pulls. Gently bring each knee to the chest and hold for 15 seconds. This helps loosen tight hip muscles. Shoulder rolls, 10 forward, 10 backward while still lying in bed. This helps fix posture and keeps your upper body loose. Neck turns. Look left and right slowly. then up and down. This keeps your neck flexible and safe. Wake up wiggles. Move hands, feet, and fingers quickly for 30 seconds. This boosts blood flow and helps your nerves wake up. Here's the science. When we sleep, the fluid in our joints gets thicker. That's why we feel stiff in the morning. These small moves oil the joints and help you move safely once you stand up. Helen's physical therapist was shocked at how much her balance and flexibility improved. But the real proof came 6 months ago when she slipped on wet leaves outside a store. Instead of falling hard, her body reacted fast. Thanks to her more flexible hips and stronger balance, she caught herself before hitting the ground. That fall could have broken my hip, Helen says. This little routine saved me from months in a nursing home. Want to try this but have some body pain or limits? Here are some simple changes. If your shoulders hurt, just move them as far as you can without pain. If your hips hurt when you pull your knee to your chest, try sliding your leg gently on the bed instead. If you have arthritis, skip any move that hurts. Just do the ones that feel good. Helen says it's important to listen to your body. Some mornings, she does the full set. On tough days, she just does ankle circles and wiggles. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just prepare your body. Do your joints feel stiff in the morning? How long does it take to feel normal? Tell us in the comments, because habit number 5 is coming next, and it might be the most surprising of all. In fact, some people say it's the real reason Helen is still going strong at 94. Morning habit number 5. Write one small act of kindness. Helen's last morning habit is the one that helped her go from feeling alone and forgotten to feeling like an important part of her community. Each morning, after doing her other 4 habits, Helen spends exactly 5 minutes writing down one simple way she will help someone else that day. Not someday or next week, but today. This may sound small, but science says it's one of the best ways to live a longer, happier life. When Helen first started this, she didn't think it would matter. What could an old woman like me really do for anyone, she thought. Her first act was just calling her neighbor, Mrs. Wilson, to ask about her doctor visit. It felt so small, even silly, Helen remembers. But Mrs. Wilson cried on the phone. No one else had even asked her. That tiny act started something big. Mrs. Wilson began calling Helen every day to check in. Soon, Helen was calling other neighbors, sharing extra veggies from her garden, and giving advice to young teachers online. In just 6 months, she became the go-to person in her neighborhood, the one people turned to for support. And the science behind this is amazing. A study by Dr. Patricia Boyle at Rush University found that people with a strong purpose in life were 44% less likely to lose brain function and were over twice as likely to avoid Alzheimer's. Research from the Blue Zones, areas where people live the longest, shows that having daily purpose can add up to 7 more years to your life. But it's not just about living longer. Purpose also lowers swelling in your body, boosts your immune system, helps you sleep better, makes life feel more meaningful. Helen's life changed in ways everyone noticed. Her kids said she sounded happier on the phone. Her doctor said she stood taller and seemed more energetic. Even her grocery clerk said she seemed to glow. The key is to make your act of kindness specific and daily. Not just, I want to help, but today I'll text my grandson to wish him luck at soccer. Today, I'll thank the mail carrier for always being kind. Helen keeps a list of small, kind things she can do. Call someone who's lonely, share a recipe, send a thank you note, or just smile at someone in the store. If you can't move much or don't see many people, that's okay. You can help online, leave kind comments, send emails, or join virtual volunteer groups. Helen says the act doesn't need to be big to matter. Some days, I just smile at everyone at the market, she says. You'd be shocked at how much that smile can brighten someone's whole day. She writes her act of kindness in the same notebook where she writes her morning gratitude. That way, she starts her day with both a good mood and a clear mission. How do you help others in small ways? Tell us below, because tiny acts of kindness can change your life and the lives of others too. Helen's big change. Helen's life change is nothing short of amazing. Let me show you what her life looked like before and what it looks like now. At 85, Helen took 12 different pills every day, needed a walker just to get around the house, was 35 pounds heavier than she is today, barely left home except for doctor visits, only talked to her kids when they called, watched TV all day and felt hopeless, had prediabetes, A1C of 8.2, had painful joints, needed sleeping pills just to rest. Now at 94, Helen takes just 4 medications, drives herself to the library 3 times a week to volunteer, has more energy than people half her age, has a normal A1C of 5.9, lost 35 pounds without going on a diet, sleeps 7 to 8 hours without pills, has 80% less joint pain. But the real magic is not just in her body, it's in her life. Helen now connects with more than 30 people in her neighborhood, helps new teachers online with tips from her teaching years, grows a small garden and shares the food, is learning Spanish so she can chat with new neighbors. Her doctor recently told her she has the heart health of someone 20 years younger, a brain that works better than people half her age. Helen's secret isn't a miracle drug or fancy routine. It's just 5 simple morning habits that work together like a team. Morning light helps her sleep better. Gratitude and memory exercises keep her brain strong. Warm water and lemon reduce swelling and joint pain. Easy movements help prevent falls. Doing one act of kindness gives her joy and purpose. "I'm not just alive," Helen says with a smile. "I'm really living for the first time in years." Your turn. Try one habit this week. Now I have a little challenge for you. Pick just one of Helen's 5 habits and try it for 1 week. That's all. You don't have to do them all at once. Helen didn't either. If you can't sleep well, start with the sunrise habit. If your joints hurt, try the warm water with lemon. Then, come back and tell us, what did you notice? Did you sleep better? Feel less tired? Feel more hopeful? If Helen's story gave you hope that it's never too late to feel better, tap the like button and share this video with someone over 60 who needs to hear this.